Hi locality members, my name's John Blackmore, I'm Chief Executive of Action West London, and we're very pleased that Localities invited us to share our experiences of delivering employment services during COVID-19. We're a charity and a social enterprise, and we've been in business for 22 years. Our mission is changing disadvantaged young people and adults' lives through providing opportunities for employment, education, training and enterprise. We run about 10 projects every year, including a street market which gives local people a chance to set up in self-employment. Our average turnover is 1.2 million a year. We have 20 staff and 8 volunteers and operate in 2 premises. We've had to close our market since March, so no income has come from that. We rent part of our premises to a travel company, and since March they've only been paying half rent. We also were predicted to make a good surplus on our payment by results contract, but because of COVID that's been changed into a cost-only contract. So whilst the cost of our staff and premises are covered, we're not making the predicted profit that we were expected. And the other thing is, sadly, we had to make 4 staff redundant. Well, pre-COVID, Action West London staff used to spend about 70 to 80% of their time in direct work with young people and adults, either as individuals or in groups. All staff have been working at home since March, and that's had a big impact on how we deliver our services.
At Action West London, we were fortunate that all staff had a work laptop and a work mobile phone. This allowed us to transition into working from home quite quickly, given the overnight change. We also had a sophisticated telephone system in our offices, which allowed the software from this system to be downloaded to laptops or calls diverted directly to staff's mobile phone. So when clients run our offices, it felt like we were still there and we were available to offer them the same support as normal.
The content of our services at Action West London haven't changed, but the way we are delivering them have. We've gone from meeting all of our candidates and clients face to face to engaging with them online using platforms or methods such as WhatsApp, Zoom, Teams. We've done a lot of engagement over the phone and also by using email. It's had its challenges, but I believe it's helped to enhance all of our clients' digital skills. It's got them used to using these platforms and responding professionally via email, and also speaking to people professionally over the telephone.
I think some advice I would give is good communication is key, especially at the start of lockdown, where staff were naturally concerned with regards to their job. We tried to combat this by designing a staff survey to identify training needs, given that staff would now have to deliver services differently using digital technology. The survey also identified that staff felt that more business updates was required in this period. Therefore, we decided to have fortnightly charity-wide team meetings, one of which was being a business update from the senior management team and the other a social engagement event.
Hi, my name is Keshad Dewan. I'm the project manager on the Family Works programme. The Family Works programme has been running for the last 3 years, and we have signed up just over 1,000 people onto the programme, and we've supported more than 300 of those into employment. During COVID-19, we've had to adapt our services, but also look within our teams to see where our strengths lie. And I think one of the best things about working for a small charity and an organisation like Action West London is that we have a small team, but we also know each other very well. We also know our strengths, we know our weaknesses, and we know how we can best support one another during this crisis. Now, one of the things that we looked at was actually our engagement and our relationships with our employers was very, very essential during this. We reached out to them to say, actually, what can we do together to work together and kind of provide the support and also provide the encouragement and strength to the clients that we have, that we're working with, that they're sitting there thinking, actually, we're losing our jobs, we're losing our opportunities, we're losing our chances. What can we do together to support this community, to support these people, and to say, actually, although you may be losing your jobs and you may be losing your chances in your current position of work, there are going to be other opportunities that are going to come up. So some of the webinars that we've created have really given people an opportunity to say, actually, I've got transferable skills, I've got things that I can do to move them into a new industry and to create hope and to create chance for these people. So we're thankful to all of our employers that we have worked with, not only the ones that have attended the webinars that we've done, but also the ones in the background giving us the jobs and the opportunities.
Firstly, we have learned that we can work from home, and for some members of staff whose commuting time was large, this now has been greatly reduced. We've also learned that some of our customers actually respond better to appointments either via the telephone, over the internet, because it reduces their time to get into our local offices.
Obviously, we're into a new world, a new way of working both for the staff and for the people we support. What we learned as far as staff is concerned, it's essential that the right sort of equipment so they can contact clients remotely and through the internet and digital training. It's important that some of the staff get trained. Quite a few will be competent already, but there will be a number who are not used to actually delivering their services online or through Zoom or whatever. Change of attitude with staff is definitely something we've learned. Things will be different for the future. We will have to do a lot more work remotely to support our clients, and that's an attitude that's going to take some time, I think, for staff to really come to grips with. Communication between staff is really, really important. We miss the general camaraderie of office people contacting each other day, exchanging ideas, having a laugh, etc. It's very difficult to replicate that remotely, and that's really important. Also, staff, when they're in the office, are getting support from each other. They can ask each other to help out, and also they get support from management, and that's much more difficult to deliver remotely. We're always going to be doing direct delivery for the people that we help. There will be people in the office, but it'll be much less frequently than it's been in the past. So disadvantages in particular is the lack of face-to-face contact by staff and the people that they help. This has been actually crucial to our success. Many of the staff come from not too dissimilar backgrounds to the people we're helping. It's important to have that personal face-to-face contact to build up trust, and trust is a key issue in terms of how we engage with the people we're trying to help. If you take, for example, NEET young people, it's important, very important to build up trust with them. Refugees, people whose first language is not English, in order to progress and help them become more employable, they need to trust you, and a lot of that has been delivered face to face, so that's going to be a challenge to continue that. As far as the people we're helping are concerned, many are digitally excluded. They might not have access to equipment to access the internet. Even if they do, they might not have the funding to pay for internet or broadband. And even if they've got that, they might not have any space in their homes to actually use the internet. And many of them will lack digital skills. So this is really crucial for the future, and we really have to work hard to try and overcome that challenge. Some of the positives though, we are adapting to change. Remote working can save a lot of staff time, obviously, in terms of travelling to and from the office. It can save the people we help a lot of their time. They don't have to travel to our office. That can be helpful in terms of them if they've got caring responsibilities, or there's a big issue in terms of how long it takes them to travel to our offices. So remotely, that makes a big difference in terms of saving them time. People are also used to instant communication, and we found that by actually texting people or using Zoom, etc., they do give a positive response. So many of the appointments before, I'd say for example with young people who are not very reliable about turning up, they do seem to respond more positively to text messages or WhatsApp. And the people we're helping are actually learning skills through this. They're learning how to use the internet, they're learning how to do a proper email, they're learning how to speak to people on the phone, so that's a positive. But basically, we're all learning, and whilst we're happy to share our experience with Action West London and how we're trying to adapt to change, we're equally eager to learn from you yourselves and other locality members about how we can change our services to provide the support that's necessary for disadvantaged unemployed people.